The awaited light of dawn arrives with the morning breeze, gently whispering in his dream. Wake up, Araf, if you don't want to be late for your art class today. This is Araf, a sparky kid who is excited to express his imaginations onto paper. As his teacher gave his students an art assignment asking them to learn about a rather uncommon creature known as pygmy hawk, which they'd later have to recreate on paper that very day. Mischievous and playful Araf, as usual, has forgotten about it. Scratching his head and chewing on his pencil, trying hard to draw a pygmy hawk. Araf tried to recollect where he had seen one. Suddenly, he recalled the last time he visited the State Zoo with his brother. Let's dive into the blissful imagination of little Araf. On a bright summer morning, Araf, along with his brother, reached the premises of the Assam State Zoo, Botanical Garden, which is one of the 5 largest zoos in India, which was established in the year 1957. During the inception of the zoo, it comprised 130 hectares of land, with a rescued leopard named Spotty in its animal exhibit. From wild to wondrous, grace to grandeur, and mighty to majestic, over the years, the zoo has accommodated amazing creatures from different parts of the globe and is now home to over 130 species of animals from India and across the globe. Every year, more than 1 million visitors stop by to get a sight of these amazing animals. Situated at the heart of Guwahati city, the zoo now holds 175 hectares of area, out of which more than 50% area is a virgin forest which houses a lot of free-ranging animals. The Assam State Zoo is undoubtedly amongst the most beautiful zoos in the country. In addition to that, the first thing that captivates the visitors is the unique symphony of sounds. A native animal makes a chilling sound which can be heard from miles away, and on hearing the mystifying sound, Araf ran towards the enclosure to witness his first and closest encounter with a wild animal. What Araf heard just now was the call of a hollow gibbon, the name being derived from the Assamese word hollow. The western hollow gibbons are the only species of ape found in India. The adult males are black and the females are cream brownish in color, which makes it easier to identify their genders. People love watching them actively swinging around, hilariously scratching, eating fruits, sometimes also staring at the visitors, and then swiftly disappear. Just near the gibbon enclosure, Arav had a glimpse of a golden figure amidst the trees, moving about mysteriously on its own rhythm. Finding it hard to spot, Arav walked up closer to the enclosure viewing area. It was the golden langur. The golden langurs were considered so rare that they came to the attention of the world in the year 1953 because of their golden brown fur. These endangered primates are locally known as Hunali Bandor in Assamese language. Warming up in the morning sun is a perfect start of a day. These Himalayan black bears are easing into the day gently. It is difficult to get up and around when there are warm furry hugs to be had. You will be dazed to see them tussle and wrestle on the ground when both the bears get busy enjoying their playtime. This place is the epitome of scenery. The Botanical Gardens of the zoo will teleport you into a different world altogether, where you can see vibrant and lively colors. And watching tiny insects hovering on flowers almost feels like seeing a miniature miracle of natural engineering. Arav heard a mighty roar. Leaving his brother behind, Arav rushed in search of his lion king. This is Rani, mother of the cub named Simba. Being the only lion cub at the zoo, Simba gets all the love and care from his mother and caregivers. Lions have a reputation for being extremely lazy. After a sumptuous meal, a lion can sleep up to 20 hours. There are only several hundred Asiatic lions in the world, which are only found in the Gir forests of India. Visiting a zoological park is a great way to come across and learn about these graceful and magnificent fellow inhabitants of our planet. For ages, humans feasted their eyes on the golden and black stripes of the tiger with awe and terror. But when it comes to romance, no one can compete with the glorious tigress of the zoo, Kazi. Kazi and Dhanush share a romantic bond. Dhanush is a young and powerful 5-year-old big cat who loves to get pampered by his partner. Kazi is very possessive about her partner and her territory, so she often spends time spraying around her enclosure and marking her territory. The big cats of India are the most admired animals amongst all the mammalian predators. But a near-threatened species of big cat, well known for its swift and silent movements, the Indian leopard has the greatest range of all the species of big cats in the country. Tickly and Dawn are the two celebrities of the zoo. Dawn being an interactive male, and Tickly, on the other hand, is a busy girl who's always involved in some activities. Arav was happy to see Tickly displaying some of her funny moves, but then he suddenly noticed a moving shadow in the enclosure nearby. His curiosity introduced him to the most charismatic ambassador of the Assam State Zoo, the Black Panther. A black panther is the melanistic color variant of the leopard with some excess black pigment. Under the sunlight, their rosettes are clearly visible. A lot of people like strolling around the zoo at a slow pace. Out at the Assam State Zoo in Guwahati, there is a bizarre creature that takes a slower pace of time in doing anything. Binturongs are known as bear cats. They generally look like a cross between a bear and a cat, but it's neither. Binturongs are a unique animal species, and one of the weirdest things about them are their scent glands, which smells like popcorn. The zoo has got all kinds of incredible animals, from big and small to old and young. One of the key highlights of the exotic animal range of the zoo are the giraffes, Vijay and Annie. Being the tallest mammal on land, giraffes have one thing in common with humans, that is, a giraffe's neck has the same number of neck bones as us. Isn't that amazing? From dawn till dusk, the zoo resonates in the chorus of avian melodies. This magnificent walk-in aviary at the zoo provides a safe haven for the bird life. Araf was careful and silent while observing the birds, as he didn't want them to fly away. Zoos teach the public about the delicate balance between species and their habitats. Such close wildlife encounters ignites the nature enthusiasts hidden in people. Research says that animals express a range of emotions just as people do. The tallest flying bird, the Sarus crane, is one such species. This fellow prefers to grab his portion of the food and rather enjoy gulping it down all alone in some corner by hiding it from its partner. This albino peahen, on the other hand, would smartly pick up her favorite pieces of nut from the tray and escape quickly before being chased by the peacock. The zoo landscape is designed keeping in mind the residents' comfort. On the ground level, the zoo harbors a diverse indigenous population of deers and antelopes. Visitors also get an amazing sight of 6 different species of deers and 3 different antelope species. The Chausinga are pretty affable antelope species. The Assam State Zoo also takes pride in housing both the largest and the smallest deer species. Sambar, being the largest deer species found in India, roam around freely in the forested areas of the zoo. The smallest one within the range is the Indian mouse deer, sweetest amongst all. The barking deers are free-ranging, and Arav luckily got a chance to say hi to his friend. Arav was awestruck to see the enigmatic thamin, the inexplicable hog deer, and the bewildering cheetal. This small savanna has a food court for the cheetals. No matter what's on offer, the only meal of the day always tastes better when had together with friends and family. Spotted deer or cheetal are particularly vocal species of deer. Their alarm calls are powerful sounds of the mini savanna. It has been said that even the sound of a nearby falling leaf can trigger a cheetal's alarm call. Cheetals at the zoo share their enclosure with these stout herbivores. The one-horned rhinoceros is a real-life unicorn. It is also the state animal of Assam. Rhinos are mostly active during early mornings and late afternoons and spend a large portion of their daily life in feeding. It is said that the Indian rhino has no natural enemy in the wild except for predators waiting to attack their calves. These fellows are friendly by nature, and you will often find them greeting each other by waving or bobbing their heads. Arav was very happy to see them run around and play with twigs in their mouths. In the waters nearby, there's a creature that might not be cuddly, but is absolutely fascinating. The gharial, one of the most specialized and rarest reptiles in the world that shared the planet with dinosaurs of the Cretaceous period. Their most unique feature is the long, thin snout which makes them expert fish catchers. They spend most of their lives in water and only come out to sunbathe. Sunbathing is fun with friends, and these gharials at the zoo have a good companion. The gharials would always steal the basking spot of the turtle and then allow the latter to take a seat on its back. Such an amiable friendship. Reptiles have always been fascinating yet mysterious to humans. One slithering friend at the zoo has become famous for its camouflaging abilities. The gaboon viper, popular for having the longest fangs. The charm of this place continues to enchant tourists with its exotic wildlife diversity. Arjun, the newborn hippopotamus, is done with his swimming classes for the day. The cassowary, which is feared as the world's most dangerous bird, has a flamboyant vibrance. The long-legged bird with an elongated neck is the ostrich. Arav's journey was finally winding up when his eyes suddenly caught the attention of an empty enclosure. He noticed some movements which freaked him out as he saw a big rodent-like creature surprisingly appeared from below the grass pile. He then learned about the pygmy hog, the smallest species of pigs in the world. It was considered extinct in 1964 but was rediscovered in 1971. Despite the odds, with enormous conservation efforts, these tiny pigs were brought back from the brink of extinction. Arav was delighted to witness the glorious animals in its naturalistic enclosures. It's the cooperative efforts of the dedicated administration which results in the systemized and well-monitored arrangements of the zoo. The gratified faces of the tourists pay off the hard work done by the zookeepers and vets. They aspire to maintain good health and comfort for all the creatures and provide the best facilities for the animals to flourish. Getting lost in Arav's flashy imagination, recollecting his journey at the Assam State Zoo, we have all forgotten that Arav is due to submit his art assignment today. Let's see what lies next for little Arav.